Well, it's the evening time. Why don't I just talk for a minute? Make sure there's no food on myself. Little Facebookers. I want you to think about something with me. Think about this. I was reading my Bible, First Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Listen to this here. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So that tells me this Satan's loose. He's here on the earth. Now, I live in America, and I don't think half you people believe it. I'd say most of you don't believe it. Yeah, I think most of you read it and you don't believe it. Let me see if I could say it this way, because I'm probably going to offend some of you, and that's okay, because I'm the preacher guy that can do that. If Jesus was here, personally, physically, one person, Jesus, here on the earth, would he just have church on Sunday? Yeah. And maybe a little Wednesday night kumbaya? Nope. Would he do his little preachy thing for 35 minutes on a Sunday and that'd be it, and we'll see you next Sunday? So you tell me. That seems to be the case of the modern day American church. I don't know about the other countries. I'm not in them. I just know I've been to some, but I'm going to focus on the ones in America. The majority of churches in America have pastors that only preach about maybe an hour, maybe two a week. And I'll probably offend some, and I don't care, because I'm the guy that can come on that'll preach the gospel. I don't have to pastor a church, see. I have 4 pastors in my family. That's enough. But my question is, you think about this. If the devil's loose, and he is, we just read that in the book of 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. He's here on the earth. And we see it. He's tearing apart everybody's families, rapes, murders, divorces. Everything's being destroyed. Then why in the world is our leadership of our churches only getting us together maybe an hour or two a week? I want you to think about that. And ask them. Say, hey, the devil's loose, man. Why aren't we doing more? Why aren't we preaching more? Why aren't you teaching us how to reach the lost instead of just telling us? You take us out there and show us how. I'm shaking up some trees tonight. I'm sure I am. Probably going to irritate a lot of people, but I don't care. I'll probably get a lot of hate mail for this. But the reality is this. The American churches are weak. They're very weak. They don't even halfway preach the gospel anymore. It's all business oriented. Don't do anything really to offend anybody. Let's make it like a little show. And we're here for about 35 minutes. It's true. That's not how Jesus would have done it. Jesus wouldn't be working just the one day a week. He wouldn't be sitting in an office fat-catting around. He'd be out there preaching the good word. Now, I do. I don't care if a pastor calls me and says, oh, you offended me because you said this message. I'm telling you, your church is weak. Most of your people you have in your church are pew sitters. And they stink because you're allowing them to stink. Because you're not teaching them how to get out there and build the body of Christ. I know some people are going to hear this message. Rock, you're really hitting us hard tonight. Yeah, I am. Because the devil's out there walking around consuming people, devouring them, eating them. That's why you have so many divorces in your church. That's why you have kids acting up against their parents. That's why you have parents fighting with each other. You have bored people fighting with each other. You have the stuff going on in the world because your church has been not politically involved. Oh, we can't get involved with politics. Hogwash. Who says that? You made that up. You made that up with some culture that said that. And so you're afraid to get your nose involved because you're afraid you're going to rock the boat and lose some tithe checks maybe. Oh, wait, hold it. Half of you don't even preach on tithing anymore, so you're not teaching your people how to give. I'm just saying, your church is weak. The church is very weak today. Now, maybe some personal ones. There's some good ones out there that aren't. There's some out there that are actually preaching more than an hour and a half a week, just sharing with you some stuff. And so therefore it trickles on down to the people in your church. They're not going to go out there because they're sheep. They need the shepherd to show them the way how to do all this. I think I just shook up some trees. Well, no, I'm just telling you the truth. The devil's loose. And you guys are acting like it's not a big deal. We're just going to get together for a little kumbaya on a Sunday. And we'll just worship the Lord a little bit. Let's knock out the cans of cultural thinking when it comes to church and stuff like that. Let's get out there and share the gospel. That devil's out there gobbling up your kids today. Do you know that most of you have kids that are addicted to pornography? Yeah. Did you know that 70% of pastors are hooked on pornography? 78% of men are hooked on pornography. And a little over 60% of individual women are hooked on pornography. Yeah. You don't believe it? There's been tests done nationwide. And lots of churches have participated. And that's how bad this stuff is. Why? Because the church is weak and they're not doing a thing about it. They're just sitting back. Let's go golfing on the weekend, boys. Hey, I just shook up your tree. God bless you all. I love you all. Let's go out there and share the gospel more.